Yo, we are back in After Effects, and in today's video I'll be showing you how to create this invisible fade effect right here. It is a super unique effect, and I'm actually not the one who first doing it. It was firstly did by my bro GT's FX, and he was kind enough to share me the sauce. He also told me to like share it to y'all. So we are here doing this effect today. It is actually not that hard to achieve this effect, and it looks super unique as I said. So let's just get into the video. So you can see we have this clip on After Effects pulled up. So to start off, all you gotta do is duplicate your clip and firstly just rotoscope out your subject. So grab your rotobrush tool and just like start rotoscoping out your subject. I'll not go over rotoscope right now because it's a really simple process. If you don't know, just Google it up, but let me just do it real quick. Then after your rotoscope is like selected out, make sure to freeze it to lock it in and let it do its thing for now. Then after that shit is done, go back to your composition panel, and now if we hide our background layer, you can see our like subject is like rotoscoped out. So what you can do is you can just like rename your layer so it is easy. So roto and BZ. And now here comes a little tricky part. So what we're gonna do now is invert our roto. So to do that, we just gonna duplicate our roto layer by hitting Ctrl D on our keyboard and hide the top one which says roto 2. You can always name it like roto main, and you can name it like roto invert. The one in the middle, just rename it to roto invert so it's easier for you. Now make sure you are selecting your rotobrush and rotobrush effect right here, and just double tap in your composition panel to go into the layer panel. As you might already remember, we freezed it, so just unfreeze it for now. Then to invert our roto, all you gotta do is go to where it says invert foreground and background and just check it on the FX control on the roto brush right here. Then it will invert it with the background, so that's perfect right there. And now we can just hit freeze to freeze it in again. So what we will do is just like select out our background and remove our subject from it. If I play through, you can see in my main composition we don't have our subject in here, but we have our subject in this one. So it is like, and we have this like cutout right here as well. So now we're gonna do our content overfill, which will like generate a clean plate of our like scene. So before doing that, just make sure your roto main is hidden and your background is hidden as well, and your roto invert is the only one layer like visible right now. Then just go over to your content overfill in the right side right here, and in here in the fill method, make sure it's on object. Make sure the lighting correction is checked on and it's on strong right here, and in drain just make sure it's on work area as well, and then just hit generate fill layer right here. Now what we'll do is just like start making a clean plate of our layer, so let it do its thing. It might take a while, so just like wait for it to do its thing. So now it is just like started, but if I play through, you can see some frames are already done. So just let it do its thing so it finishes the whole like entire duration. Now I guess it's done. Now if you play through, we can see our like subject is gone and we have a clean plate of our scene. So this is exactly what we want. But if you see on my timeline, as you can see, it generated a fill layer on top of everything. So just select this fill and just put it before your roto main and just turn on to your roto main layer. So our subject is on our scene. Now we can start adding all those effects and making the invisible fade effect right here. So firstly, you can solo this roto main layer. So we only have this layer like showing up on our like composition. So after you solo it, just like pre-comp this layer real quick and move all attributes, make sure it's checked on and hit OK. Then now what we're gonna do is hit Q on our keyboard to bring up our rectangle tool. Go over to the end frame right here, so around like here, and just make a square marks around your subject so it like fits in your subject, so something like this. Then hit M in your keyboard to bring up the marks, hit the stopwatch in it, go over to the beginning, and now we're gonna select the top points of our marks. So just like select these two top points on your marks and just squeeze it in, so our subject pretty much like disappears. What it will do is create a new keyframe right here, and now if you play through, you can see we have this crop kind of effect coming after our subject. So that's exactly what we want. You can even like displace the time so it comes a little like this, yeah, something like this right here. You can even easy ease those keyframes, go into graph and just make a subtle graph like this. Nothing too crazy on the graph, to be honest. So it comes a little faster and make it a little slow if you like. Maybe you can extend these keyframes to make it a little more smoother. Yeah, but after that's done, you can hit F in your keyboard to bring up the feather and bring up some feather in it as well. So something like 90 on the feather, so it like smoothly comes in right there. Then now we're gonna start adding some effects in this, like the grid type of effect that DT used. So to make the effect, it's pretty simple, not gonna lie. All you gotta do is add a grid on your like this Rotomain comp right here, and in corners you can just bring this up so it is like small grids, and bring up the other value of the corner as well, so we get something like this right here, maybe a little in, so something like this. Then after you do this, just go over to where it says blending mode and set it to maybe something like screen. Yeah, screen right here. So we pretty much have like the grid like maxed out with our roto as well after you change the blending mode. Then in here you can add your favorite glow. For me, I'm gonna use deep glow, and just bring up the size of the deep glow according to your liking, and lower down the exposure. So we have this glowing kind of grid kind of effect right here. That's looking pretty fresh right there. And also make sure you hit unmold on the like the deep glow, so it like unmolds it. So now what we're gonna do is select in our timeline, selecting this Rotomain comp right here. We just gonna hit Ctrl D to duplicate it, and bring up the keyframes of the marks in this one, and bring up the keyframes of our like marks keyframes of our another one as well. And from the top one, we just gonna remove the grid effect from it, and we're gonna select this marks keyframes as well, and delay these keyframes by 1 frame, so our like grid comes in faster. So something like this, and it will create this really cool effect of this like grid coming on first before our like effect, so it comes in like this. This is a really genius way. He's a real genius for sure. Like this looks so clean, bro. Like this looks hella clean. You can always like lower down the glow amount and lower down the like the radius, but I guess this is looking pretty fresh right here. Then you can also play with the blending modes of this. You can set it to screen if you like. It will like create like different type of effects in there, like overlay, flight maybe. So you can just like really like experiment around with this, not gonna lie. Just like your thing, bro. Leave it on screen because it is looking pretty fresh for me. Then now if we remove the solo from both of these, and it will bring up our background as well. So now you can see we have this dope like effect going on with the grid and stuff. Like our subject pops in like that. That looks super cool. Maybe we're gonna select both of these keyframes and put it a little bit faster, so around like here. Maybe actually just set the blending mode to overlay on the grid, not gonna lie. Like this looks way more better, I feel like. Yeah, it looks better for sure. Yeah, that looks pretty clean. Now we are pretty much done, and we can start adding some finishing touches in it. So what I like to do is set it all of my all of my clips and just pre-comp it. Pre-comp, you can start adding different effects in here. For that, I like to use my essential effect. So if I make a new adjustment layer and open my effects and presets and go over to animation presets and user presets, you can see I have this essential effects preset pack right here. It is actually made by me, and it comes with like 40 plus preset for your music video ready to use. So we're gonna use this. So firstly, from here I like to use in the most useful one, and go into this blur mode curve right here, and just like move this so it is on center of our footage. So around like here, maybe something like around like here. So it adds this like really smooth zoom right here. You can bring up the keyframe and extend it more. Like it really adds this smooth zoom in a click. Then from a pack as well, you can use something like slow-mo 30, which adds a little bit of like slow-mo at the end. I really love this effect. Then you can add another adjustment layer at top, adjustment layer new, and you can add something like smooth zoom right here, and then just put the anchor point on your like subject. It like zooms in your subject right there after it comes into your scene. You can make this keyframe a little more smoother right here, and I think I'm gonna play with the graph with these to make it to my liking. Yeah, that looks super smooth right there. Then to finish it all off, and in this adjustment layer going into the beginning, I'm gonna add something like a sim best wiggle right here. So it has some like dope wiggles at the start. If I play through, let it render for a second. And now if I show you, you can see it has some like dope wiggle in there. Maybe we're gonna remove the sapphire flicker in it because flicker is already on our scene. But with essential effect, as you can see, the before and after, it looks so much better. Like we added the slow-mo real quickly. We added all the zooms, and we also added a stylized wiggle in it in a click. So if you want to make your workflow as fast as mine, I really recommend my pack Essential FX. It not only allows you to work faster, it also has some secret sauce that I use on my own music video, and that can also help you as well. Comes with 40 plus preset, as you might already know, and if you want to check it out, it will be the first link in the description. Again, I highly recommend it. But with the Essential effect, where I actually done with the whole effect, now final effect looks something like this. So yeah, I guess that's it for today's video, guys. If you like this video, please consider hitting the like button and also subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. And don't forget to follow DT's FX in Instagram. I'll leave his socials down below. But with that, I'ma see ya on the next video. Peace.